Hello students, welcome to the part 2 of human endocrine system. In the last video, we have seen the hypothalamus. So today we will start with the pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is a small endocrine gland located at the base of the brain. It is also called the master gland. Why it is called a master gland? Because it controls many other endocrine glands through hormone secretion. Now let's see the location and the structure of the pituitary gland. Location. It is situated in the sella turcica of the sphenoid bone, connected to hypothalamus by the infundibulum, which is also called the pituitary stalk. It weighs about 0.5 grams. Let's see the divisions of pituitary gland. There are two parts, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary, also called adenohypophysis, and posterior pituitary is called neurohypophysis. Let's see the origin. Anterior pituitary originate from ectoderm and posterior pituitary originate from neural tissue. Here we can see the pituitary gland. This is the pituitary gland which is connected to the hypothalamus through the infundibulum, which is also called the pituitary stalk. Here you can see the anterior pituitary. This portion is the anterior pituitary and this is the posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary has three parts: pars tuberculis, pars distalis, and pars intermedia. The posterior pituitary, also called pars nervosa. Here we can see this is hypothalamus, this portion, this is the infundibulum, and this is the pituitary gland. We can see the anterior pituitary and this is the posterior pituitary. Now hypothalamus releases the hormones from the neurosecretory cells, and these hormones are secreted in the primary capillary plexus of hypophyseal portal system. We have learned the hypophyseal portal system in the previous video. Now these hormones through the hypophyseal portal veins comes into the secondary capillary plexus of hypophyseal portal system. From the secondary capillary plexus of the hypophyseal portal system, the hormones acts on the anterior pituitary and make it to secrete the pituitary hormones. Now let's see the relationship with the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus controls pituitary function through releasing hormone, inhibiting hormone, and neural connections. Let's see the endocrine function of the anterior pituitary. The anterior pituitary secretes several important hormones. So what are they? At first, the growth hormone. It is also called the somatotropin hormone. We know the growth hormone releasing hormone stimulates the secretion of growth hormone. Now when the growth hormone increases in the blood, then somatostatin is another hormone which inhibits the growth hormone. Let's see the functions of growth hormone. First, growth promotion. It includes bone growth, muscle growth, organ growth. Then protein metabolism, increases protein synthesis. Fat metabolism, which increases lipolysis. And carbohydrate metabolism, raises blood glucose level. Let's see the mechanism. Growth hormone stimulates liver to produce IGF-1. IGF full form is insulin like growth factor. So growth hormone stimulates the secretion of insulin like growth factor 1, which induces the growth. Now let's see the disorders. Number 1 is gigantism. It occurs due to secretion of excess growth hormone in children. Number 2 is acromegaly. It's due to excess secretion of growth hormone in adults. And 3 is pituitary dwarfism, which is due to less secretion of growth hormone or growth hormone deficiency. Now another hormone is thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone, as we all know, the TRH, thyroid stimulating hormone releasing hormone, which induces the secretion of TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. The thyroid stimulating hormone acts on the thyroid gland and secretes T4 and T3. Now what is the function? It stimulates the thyroid gland to grow and produce T3 and T4. Effects of thyroid hormones: increased metabolism, heat production, growth and development. Now the third hormone is adrenocorticotropic hormone, which is also called ACTH. Now the corticotropin releasing hormone induces the secretion of ACTH hormone, which in turn stimulates the adrenal gland to secrete cortisol. What is the function? It stimulates adrenal cortex to produce cortisol and glucocorticoids. Role of cortisol: number 1 is stress response, glucose metabolism, and it also shows anti-inflammatory effects. The fourth hormone is follicle stimulating hormone. We know gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulates the secretion of FSH hormone. Now its function in females: it helps in growth of ovarian follicles and it also helps in estrogen production. And in males, it helps in spermatogenesis and acts on Sertoli cells. Now the luteinizing hormone. Again, the gonadotropin releasing hormone stimulates its secretion. Function in females: ovulation, corpus luteum formation, progesterone secretion. And in males, it helps in testosterone secretion from Leydig cells. Now let's see the prolactin hormone. We know dopamine inhibit the secretion of prolactin hormone. Let's see the function of prolactin hormone: milk production after childbirth and breast development in females. What are the clinical importance of prolactin hormone? Excess prolactin secretion cause galactorrhea, infertility, menstrual disturbances. Now let's see the endocrine functions of posterior pituitary. The posterior pituitary does not synthesize hormones. It stores and releases hormones produced by the hypothalamus. What are the hormones? Number 1 is antidiuretic hormone, which is ADH. What is its main function? It increases the water reabsorption in the kidneys. And the other functions is blood pressure maintenance and reduction in the urine output. If deficiency occurs, then we call the disease diabetes insipidus. What are the symptoms of diabetes insipidus? The symptoms are excess urination and excess thirst. The second hormone is oxytocin. It helps in uterine contraction during childbirth and milk ejection reflex. It stimulates milk's release. Now let's see the pituitary blood supply. Anterior pituitary receives blood via hypophyseal portal system and posterior pituitary receives arterial blood directly. Now what is feedback regulation? Most pituitary hormones are regulated by negative feedback regulation. There are two types of feedback regulation. Number 1 positive and number 2 is negative. In positive feedback mechanism, we have learned that the oxytocin shows the positive feedback mechanism during the childbirth, and we have seen that T3 and T4 shows the negative feedback mechanism. So how it occurs? TRH helps secretion of TSH, and TSH helps in secretion of T3 and T4. Now, when T3 and T4 increases in the blood, it sends a negative feedback to pituitary and hypothalamus, which in turn reduce the secretion of TSH and TRH respectively. Now let's see the pituitary disorders. Number 1 is acromegaly. It occurs due to excess growth hormone secretion. We have seen that. Gigantism, excess growth hormone in children. Dwarfism, growth hormone deficiency. Hyperprolactinemia, excess prolactin secretion. Diabetes insipidus, which is caused due to ADH deficiency. Hypopituitarism, due to reduced secretion of pituitary hormones. Now let's see the pineal gland. The pineal gland is a small endocrine gland located in the brain that mainly secretes the hormone melatonin. Its primary endocrine role is regulation of biological clock or circadian rhythm and the sleep-wake cycle. Now where it is located? Located near the center of the brain, attached to the roof of the third ventricle, and lies between the two cerebral hemispheres. It is a small pin cone shaped structure, hence called pineal gland. We can see the pineal gland. So this is the pineal gland, and below it there is hypothalamus, and above it there is thalamus. Now let's see the structure of the pineal gland. The main cells are pinealocytes, which are the main secretory cells which produce melatonin. And there are neuroglial cells, which are the supporting cells. Hormone secreted by pineal gland, which is melatonin, helps in regulation of circadian rhythm and sleep-wake cycle. Let's see the synthesis of melatonin. Melatonin is synthesized from tryptophan and serotonin. The pathway: tryptophan converts into serotonin and serotonin converts into melatonin. Regulation of melatonin secretion. Melatonin secretion is strongly influenced by light exposure. In darkness, melatonin secretion increases, and in bright light, melatonin secretion decreases. So, melatonin is the hormone which controls our sleep. What is endocrine function of pineal gland? Regulation of circadian rhythm. The pineal gland acts as the body's biological clock. What is circadian rhythm? A roughly 24-hour cycle controlling sleep, body temperature, hormone secretion, and metabolism. What is the mechanism? We have seen before that darkness increases melatonin secretion, which induces the sleep. Melatonin promotes sleep by acting on the brain. Number 2 is regulation of sleep-wake cycle. During night, melatonin level rises, and during day, melatonin level falls. This helps in maintaining normal sleep timing and sleep quality. Number 3, influences on reproductive function. Melatonin affects reproductive hormones indirectly. Mechanism is it influences hypothalamic secretion of gonadotropin releasing hormone. It actually inhibits the GnRH secretion. Effects: delays sexual maturation in childhood and influences seasonal reproduction in some animals. It also has some antioxidant function. Melatonin acts as a powerful antioxidant. What is its function? Neutralizes free radicals, protects neuron from oxidative stress. Now number 5 is regulation of seasonal biological rhythms. The pineal gland responds to day length. Importance is health adaptation to seasonal changes and daylight cycles. So what are the clinical importance? Number 1, sleep disorders. Reduced melatonin may cause insomnia and disturbed sleep cycles. and number 2 is jet lag, circadian rhythm disruption due to rapid travel. Number 3, seasonal affective disorder, occurs due to altered light exposure and melatonin imbalance. And number 4 is pineal tumors, may cause headache, vision problems and hormonal disturbance. So this is all for this video. In the next video, we will cover the other glands.